Hello everyone, my name is Light and welcome back to Hopelessly Bedrock. In the last video, I actually released my latest add-on called Bedrock Shulker Farming. Now if you haven't seen that, I'm going to go ahead, I'll link a card and that'll be showing up in the corner right about now. So if that's something you're interested in, you can definitely check that out after you watch the rest of this video, of course. Alright. Now in today's episode of Hopelessly Bedrock, we are going to take the time to set up the Shulker Farm that I showcased for the add-on. Now it's not going to be an easy task. We are going to have to get ourselves some shulkers, which means we're going to have to move them around. And in order to do that, I'm actually going to use rails, which is why we're starting here today at the gold farm. I have a bit of a shortage when it comes to powered rails, so we're going to need some gold so we can whip up a bunch of those. However, while we're here at the gold farm, there is one task that we need to do. When this farm was initially built, we added basic storage in the bottom here. So today, I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to build up a real storage so we can actually get a ton of items at one time. Now, once we have the storage done, I'm going to run the farm for a bit to get the gold we need. And then after that, we'll meet up again to do some crafting and make our way to the end. So hang on, it's super fast build mode time. Welcome back everyone. I hope you enjoyed the quick time lapse of the storage build. That was super fun. And as you can see, we've made it to the stronghold. Now the portal room is right down this way, but I thought I would bring you guys in at this point so you can see what that looks like in RTX. Wait till you see this, guys. This is beautiful. Hold on. Ah, look at the light already from the lava. Look at this. Look at how it lights up like that. That is so beautiful. But that's not even the best part. Wait till you see the eyes of Ender. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is absolutely amazing. The portal itself looking see-through, the eyes glowing. Absolutely beautiful. All right, well, now that we've had a good look at the room, let's head on in. Now, before I hop over this bridge, I just want to let you guys know, we actually do have a shulker in this box right here. So if I jump up, we take a look, we can see that there is indeed a shulker in there. Now, this is going to be the guy that I used for our demonstration on how to move a shulker and get him into your farm. So it's really, really lucky that we got this guy right here. And as for the farm itself, we're actually going to build it out this way. So let me go ahead. I'm going to take you guys out for a bit of a run on this bridge. Now these two bridges actually go all the way out to the outer end islands. So these are 1,000-block long bridges on each side. Ideally, I'd like to have one going in all 4 cardinal directions, but so far we have just the 2. Now, of course, we made sure to have appropriate lighting on here so we can go by and not have to worry about any Endermen spawning. Look at the trails on the torches as I'm running by. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. I love that. Absolutely love that. All right. So here's the spot, folks, right here. As you can see, we have 2 jut outs. So we are far enough away here that we're not going to be, impacting any rates because we're too close to the main island. Because on this side, I'm actually going to put an Enderman farm out over there. That'll be for another episode, for another time. Meanwhile, on this side, this is where we're going to put our shulker farm. So we are going to need to build out by approximately 50 blocks, so there'll be another bridge going this way. However, this bridge we are going to make with leaves. That way it'll prevent any Enderman from spawning on it while we're building it, and also won't impact the rates of the farm, and prevent any shulkers from potentially spawning down onto them, because shulkers don't like to spawn down onto leaves. Alright. So now that that's out of the way and you know what the base plan is, I'm going to go ahead, I'll get my supplies out, and we're going to hop back into another quick time lapse as I build a bridge. See you in a bit. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the short little time lapse. And as we can see, the bridge is now complete, and if I turn around, we also have this handy dandy little landing pad. So I would definitely recommend building one of these if you're going to be building out over the void. Definitely build yourself a little pad so when you're working up in the air, you know, just in case you fall, you do have somewhere where you could potentially land so you don't fall straight into the void. Now, if you're going to also build one of these, make sure you build it out of leaves, so you won't have any Endermen spawning on it, and as well, the shulkers will not teleport to it when they're in the kill chamber, because they don't like to teleport to leaves. However, if you're going to be embedding lights in your platform, like I did, there is something very important that I must tell you, and again, this is very, very important. Each exposed surface of your light must have a button on it. So if we take a look at the bridge, you can see here, each exposed surface has a button on it. So in the corner, we have these three here, and along the sides, we have them on the back all the way down, plus the two other exposed surfaces here. So again, that is very, very important. Having buttons on the exposed surfaces will prevent the shulkers from being able to teleport there. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because you will need to put buttons on the bottom of the lights you embed in your pad. And folks, that is not an easy task, especially if you're using a one thick pad like I have right here. So the way that I do it, when you put your light down, you can put a water bucket coming off the light that goes down into the void, and of course you could swim down in the water stream, place the button on the bottom, and then swim back up. Now that is treacherous. If you are going to be doing something like that, I would definitely recommend, if you don't have any Elytra on, and you know you're not quick on the rockets, I would definitely recommend taking off your gear when you're performing that maneuver, just in case anything goes wrong. I definitely took off mine, because as you can see, I had to do that 9 times. So, yeah, just a heads up. Alright, so now, the next thing for us is to build the kill chamber. Now, I'm not going to show you how to build the kill chamber block by block. We'll do another quick time lapse for that. Once that's done, we will, however, build the piece in the sky all together. And wait till you see what I have in mind. It's not going to be quite the same as what you would have saw in the add-on video. So hang on, we'll build up the kill chamber, and I'll bring you guys back when that's done. Now that we have our kill chamber in place, we are ready to begin the next part of the build. Now, the modules where the shulkers are going to be, you know, pretty high up there. So when I say that, that will be 16 blocks from the top of the magma blocks. So for this next part, I would definitely recommend bringing some scaffolding with you so you can build up, you know, a scaffolding support. So first of all, you can climb up, and then I would recommend, you know, putting some scaffolding at probably block 14 or so, just to give you something to work off of and climb up on should you need to. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to build up my scaffolding tower. I'll meet you guys at the top. All right, folks, we have our scaffolding in place, and we are ready to begin building up the modules. So I'm going to show you guys how to build up one. Once that is done, we'll cut away so I can do the rest, and then I'll bring you guys back in so we can move the shulker from the main island over to these modules. All right, so we're going to build a module coming off on this side. There's actually going to be 4, so there'll be one coming off every side here, but we're going to build the one on this side. All right, so first things first, we're going to need 2 additional blocks. So these can either be solid blocks or glass, totally up to you. Okay. Then from here, we're going to need actually a couple solid blocks, because these are going to be the ones that the shulkers sit on. So 2 blocks like that. We can put a glass block here. Put a glass block there, glass block there, glass block there. And actually, we're going to take this one out. This one has to be raised 1, because that is where the water is going to go. All right, so to do that, you can just place a block like this and stick it in place like that. Perfect. All right, so far, we should have something that looks like this. Now, on these blocks here, we are going to want some buttons. So buttons like that. Buttons like that. On the bottom here, when we take out some of the scaffolding, we'll put some more buttons on the bottom right here. Make sure you don't forget those spots. That is very, very important. On this piece of glass right here, we're going to have a trapdoor. Another one on this piece of glass up here, that's going to hold back the water. Okay, now that we're at this point, we can start building up the capsule that's going to hold the snow golem and the column itself for the water. All right, so the water is going to come down to there, so we're going to need glass to about here. Well, technically, we only need this piece right here. And then you're going to want to build up a tube all around it, kind of like this. So far, so good. Now, be careful, depending on how big you made your scaffolding. Make sure you don't fall off, because that would just kind of suck. All right, so far what we have should look like this. Now, on top of this piece of glass over here, we are going to have another trapdoor. Or actually, sorry, on top of this one, we're going to have a slab. We're going to put a slab there like that. Then you're going to have to pillar up a little bit, because we're going to need to raise all this stuff. So 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. Now the water is going to start up here, so you're going to need another one here like this. There'll be another one here like this. And the last one will be pretty much right here where my head is. Okay, so that will be good for the water. Now we need to start boxing in the snowman. All right. First of all, we are going to want one right here, one here. That's going to be where the snowman's going to actually sit. We're going to need one there. And again, you'll probably have to pillar up. All right, now for this part, because we're going to be right over the void, make sure that you're crouching. Perfect. That's going to be the back for the snowman. Now we're going to need a block here, because we're going to have to raise the sides. Okay, excellent. So that's going to be perfect for the snowman. He's going to sit in here like this. All right, now we need a block right there. Trapdoor, just like that. Now if you find yourself in here like this, you can, of course, just go ahead, take out a block, take out whatever blocks you need to get yourself out. And of course, make sure you put back whatever you took out. All right, so we still need the sides for where the shulkers are going to be, so we can put those on right now. Perfect, so that's good. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to need a couple in here to block this off. Same on the other side. Block that off like that. Alright, so we got everything we need for the kelp, so let's go ahead. We'll pillar back up. Now we are going to have to get in here so we can put down this piece of dirt, because we can't quite reach, maybe. Oh, wait, there we go. Perfect. All right, put the dirt in there. Go ahead, put the water down, just like that. Okay, now we'll need 3 pieces of kelp. So 1, 2, 3, just like that. Now, in order to break the kelp, I would actually recommend just coming down here, breaking one of these pieces, so you can hop in and get to the bottom right here. There we go. That's the kelp, all broken, just like that. And then, of course, while we're in here, we could switch out our dirt for the soul sand. Voila, there's our bubble column. If we take a look, we got our familiar bubbles, everything at the top, absolutely perfect. Now to cap this off, put another piece of glass. Perfect. With that in place, the last thing that we need to do back here is the golem, and then put a cap in. So I happen to have the ingredients for the golem, so we'll go ahead, we'll set him up right now. At least one of them. Okay, so 2 blocks of snow, sheared pumpkin head, voila, golem. And again, cap him off with another piece of glass. That makes sure that, you know, if there so happens to be a stray shulker bullet, it won't get in and get him. Alright, so let me hop down, we'll take a look and see what we have. There we go, folks. That right there is essentially how we set up one module of this system. Now, like I say, I'm going to be setting up 3 more of those. So I'm going to go ahead. I will do that now. When that's all said and done, I'll bring you guys back and we can move the shulker. See you in a bit. All right, folks, the modules are done. And as you can see, I've also laid out the railway track, so we can now go ahead and move our shulker. I just love how the tracks shine in the RTX. The redstone is so vibrant. Absolutely beautiful. Now, before we move this guy, let's talk about moving shulkers. So, obviously, I'm using minecarts, and that's what I recommend you do as well. It's probably the easiest way to move your shulker around. You could use a boat, but I'm going to warn you that if you go that route, your armor is going to take a beating, like a big time beating. So if you're going to do that, make sure you have some real good armor. Otherwise, the shulker may very well kill you while you're in the boat. Now, if you want, you can definitely take a shulker to the overworld. You will have to get them through a portal in order to do that. It's not the easiest thing in the world. You would need to spawn-proof a rather significant area around the portal here. And then you have to attach a piston to this inner bedrock here with the face pointing down. And ideally, when you get the shulker close enough, whenever you break what he's in, like either a boat or a minecart, whatever the case might be, the only space for him to teleport to would be the bottom of that piston. And then as he gets there, you would push a button, which pushes him down through the portal. Not the easiest thing to accomplish, folks, but it can be done. which is kind of why I decided, though, to build our stuff here in the end, because I didn't really want to go through the hassle of having to get the guy into the overworld. All right. Now, as you saw earlier, we have a shulker in this box, so I'm hoping that when I put a minecart on this piece of track right here, it's going to go through, come out the other side with the shulker. And if that's the case, we'll let him go a little bit, and then we'll follow along in our own minecart. All right, so here we go. Do we got him? No. All right, I'm back. I got the minecart, I've made some adjustments, and we're ready to try again. So now we have a bit of an open hole here where the shulker is going to be able to see us. So I'm going to come at this from actually the other side. I think that'd be a little smarter. And apparently we're getting attacked by an enderman. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Which was like out of nowhere. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. But they don't really like it when you hit them with the fire sword. They tend to teleport away and, you know, sometimes they don't come back. Alright, now, where were we? Alright, so, let's go ahead. We'll try to peek out here so we can see just enough of this rail. And hopefully this time, we will see the shulker come out in the minecart. Yes, yes, I can already tell we got him. There he goes, there he goes! Now let's chase after him. That bullet's coming for us. Run! Run! We can't stop. We can't stop. The shulker bullet's gonna get us. Okay, so we got away from the bullet. Let's go ahead and put down our own minecart. Yeehaw! Now, if all goes well, the shulkers should be sitting right up in there waiting for us. Oh, there he goes. Oh, that looked good. Okay, I'll let the minecart go up because that's going to just hit him, and I believe it's going to come back and ready for me. Voila, just like that. Okay, perfect. Now I need to get up here so we can wall off the shulker. Make sure nothing happens to him. First things first, though, we do need to get him out of the minecart. Now, to do that, I think we're going to come over to here. Try to figure out where he's attached. Okay, so right now he's kind of sideways. And ideally, we're going to get him to sit flat. Alright, so we're gonna break, I think, this. Make sure he doesn't see us. Get a bead on the minecart. Break that. And put a glass back. And let's see how he's sitting. Perfect, folks. Perfect. This right here is exactly what we want. Now, next, I'm gonna need another shulker. So what I'm going to have to do to modify the rails, this powered rail has to come out, this regular rail comes back one, and that gives us the space for the next shulker. Now I'm going to have to do this 7 more times, and unfortunately the next 7 are going to have to come from an end city, which is about 800 blocks or so that way. So needless to say, this part's going to take me ages. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do that, and I'll bring you guys back in when all that is done, so we can give the farm a try. Alright, see you guys in a bit. Welcome back, everyone. We have all the shulkers in place, and man, what a time to get all these guys in place. Oh, that took so long. But hopefully, if all goes well, it will be worth it. Alright, now, in order to kick the farm off, we have our 4 levers, 1 on each pod. We do have to give those a flick so we can raise the trapdoors, so the snowmen can start firing the snowballs, and hopefully start the duplications. So let's go ahead, we will do that. Now I'm going to warn you, it's about to get noisy. Oh, we can hear one working already. There goes another, right there. Got to be careful going around here. Don't want to fall in the wrong spot. Okay, one more guys, one more. go. Let's take a look down. Look at that. Look, already, guys. Look, already. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! All right, now we are going to have to get down there because I forgot to turn on the minecart. So let's go ahead. We'll take our scaffolding down. Okay, that'll do. So let's turn on the minecart here. Now, if all goes well, if we check in this chest, look at this. We already have 6 shells. Absolutely fantastic. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to let this farm run for about an hour or so. When that's all said and done, I'll bring you guys back in. We'll talk about the rates and we'll finish up. Until then. Alright, welcome back everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the shulker dance. Now the reason I showed you guys that footage is because if I didn't, I don't think you would believe this. Look at this, guys. 1 hour. If you total that up, that is almost 900 shulker shells in 1 hour. 1 hour, guys. Like, I'm literally never going to use that many shulker shells in one world. But again, if I was using this on a server or, you know, a realm, this farm would be more than enough to supply everybody on your server and realm. All right. But on that note, that is all I have time for today. Once again, my name is Light, and thanks for stopping by. Bye!